Today we're making a Halloween tic-tac-toe board that's as spooky as it is fun. We'll be crafting a pumpkin board, plus witches' hats and ghost pieces, all from Air Hardening Modelling Clay. Let's dive right in! We're starting with the game pieces. Begin by rolling out a slab of white Air Hardening Modelling Clay a few centimeters thick. We'll cut the shapes out of this slab, so it needs to be nice and even. For the ghost pieces, use a hobby knife to cut out 5 arch shapes, almost like mini tombstones. To give them that classic ghostly look, use a ballpoint tool to create 2 eye holes on each ghost. This really brings them to life, giving them a spooky but cute personality. Next up are the witches' hats. Use the hobby knife to cut out 4 cone shapes directly from the clay slab. Make sure each one has a nice curvy tip, just like a classic witch's hat. To add some extra detail, carve a shallow line across each hat to create a band. This will make the hats look even more realistic and fun once we paint them. Once all your pieces are shaped, let them dry completely. This may take a day or so, depending on the size and thickness, but for these small pieces, you're probably safe to leave them overnight. Now it's time for the pumpkin board. Start by rolling out a slab of clay about 1 inch thick, and mold it into a wide, round pumpkin shape. You can mostly use your hands to shape it, but feel free to trim the edges to get that perfect pumpkin form. Don't forget to add a stalk on top to give it that classic pumpkin look. You want to end up with a hashtag shape right in the middle, dividing the pumpkin into 9 sections. Finish the modelling stage by smoothing out any details or planning that you don't want to dry down, using wet fingertips. The pumpkin board is quite thick, so it will need to dry at least overnight. You can speed up the process a little by using a hairdryer held at a distance on a low heat. Once everything is dry, it's time to paint. Start with burnt sienna all over the pumpkin as your base colour. Then use orange and vermilion to add midtones, giving the pumpkin some warmth. For highlights, use medium yellow and spend some time blending the transition between colours to create a smooth gradient. To deepen the ridges, use a mix of burnt umber and vermilion, but only for the vertical ridges. Leave the horizontal ones more blended in for a true pumpkin look. Finally, paint the stalk and tendrils. Use sap green for the base of the stalk and the pumpkin tendrils. Then add highlights to the tendrils with monastral green. For the stalk, create depth with burnt umber for shadows and medium yellow for highlights, giving it that natural feel. Now for the ghost pieces. For the ghost pieces, paint them white and allow them to dry. Once dry, add a coat of iridescent foil paint over the top for a shimmery sheen. This will give them a paranormal glow. Then, using a liner brush, carefully add black acrylic colour to paint in the eye holes. For the witches' hats, paint them black and allow them to dry. Once dry, make the band pop with a mix of purple and cerise for a vibrant magical touch. You can use gloss clay varnish or decoupage for extra shine and protection, or you can leave the semi-matte paint finish if you prefer a more natural look. It's completely up to you. And there you have it, a spooky, handmade Halloween tic-tac-toe game. Set up your ghosts and witches hats and you're ready to play. It's great for a Halloween party, or just to add some seasonal decor to your coffee table. Thanks for joining us and happy creating. We'll catch you on the next one.